I'm the mighty Mad Dog. We are back here in Mad Dog's gym garage and we are doing squats. We are still doing our first week back in the gym. I know it's not my first week back in the gym, but for a lot of you guys watching, it is your first week back. They opened the gyms about 5 days ago. I know you guys have been hitting the gyms. It's really great. I've been doing these videos just as a little series of tutorials to help encourage you to get back and show you some of the things you could do to get stuck back in without risking injury, taking your time, building it up, and looking at form. That's what this has all been about this week. Back to basics, looking at form. We've done chest, we've done shoulders. Today we're doing squat. So, squat's a really important workout. It should be part of any program that you do, even if it's lightweight, even if you're not looking to try and squat really heavy weight. Squatting, leg press, really important to work the legs, both for composition and for your overall health. The leg muscles are some of the largest muscles in your body, so working them out increases the amount of hormones, increases the amount of endorphins, increases the amount of dopamine. So working out is a great way to force your body to create lots of hormones for growth, for well-being, for feeling good, and the legs, where they're such large muscles, working them out creates huge amounts of those hormones. So they're really important for your program. And also, you don't want to be one of those guys with a great big chest and great big arms but no legs. That composition always looks terrible. So it's important not to neglect it. We're going to do squatting today. It's important with squats. Squat's a very simple movement. You don't need to overcomplicate it. I see lots of people doing weird things with squats. You really don't need to do that. The most complicated it should be is switching your hand positions, either doing front or back or goblet. There's lots of really cool squat techniques out there, but you really don't need to do that. Just doing a squat. And if you find the bar too much, just doing bodyweight squats to start off with is absolutely fine, or holding some dumbbells in your hand and doing squats. We're going to look at the barbell rear squat or the back squat. That's holding the barbell on our backs. So form of this is pretty simple. You want to get underneath the bar and you want to get your upper back, not your neck, your upper back here, where the shoulder muscles are. You want to get that pinned and planted onto the bar. What you don't want to do is pull it down onto your neck. I'll show you. You don't want to get your neck underneath and put it up on your traps. I see a lot of people put the bar on their traps and on their actual shoulders here. Now that risk is damaging your neck, your scapula, it's just really bad. You're going to do a lot of bruising as well because the muscles up here aren't as large. And it's fine when the weight is low, in the sense of you won't really do a lot of damage to yourself other than maybe some burst blood vessels along the top here on your neck. But the form is terrible, which means when you start trying to push that squatting weight up a little bit, you'll start hurting yourself. It'll be uncomfortable, it'll be painful, and if you push through, which I see a lot of people do, you're going to risk injuring your neck and your shoulders. What you should do, get your hands on the bar, equal distance apart. Use the rings that we discussed on Monday when we were looking at chest press. Use the rings to space your hands out evenly. That's why they're there. Use the middle section of the bar, which has usually got this great knurling effect, this kind of gridded knurling effect. Make sure that's in the middle. You want to get that in the middle of your back. Get underneath, step down underneath the bar and bring your shoulders up underneath. And it's kind of a sandwiching movement. You pull the bar against you as you push your back against the bar. So the back is the bar is sandwiched between my hands pulling away from me forwards and my chest up and my shoulders pushed back against it. That also helps me to keep my head and shoulders up and make sure my feet are about a shoulder width and a little bit apart. And all I do is squat directly down, all the way, nice and slow, keeping my shoulders and my head up and trying to keep my heels pressed into the floor. When I get to the bottom, pause for a second, and then nice and slow, straight up, and push those hips through and squeeze your butt. Down again, nice, 1, 2, all the way to the bottom, pause for a beat, and then push up. It's really important when you get to the top to really push your hips. This will keep your shoulders up and back, and you'll push and thrust with your hips, and it will help you to tighten up your glute muscles. Keep the weight light, especially if you haven't squatted for months. Squats are one of those ones where you can pick up strength quite quickly, but you can lose strength quite quickly. So if you've been out of the gym for 4 or 5 months, your squat numbers are going to be completely off. Don't panic. Take it back down to a light weight, build it up slow like we've done all week long. Take small steps, get up to a weight where you're being challenged, where the 6th rep is your challenge. Take a breather and then continue there and stay at that weight. So again, it's all about getting up to a working weight and then working that weight through. And I promise you, if you practice this technique, this super simple system for maybe 4 to 6 weeks, you'll notice that the weight that you're working with will slowly go up over those 6 weeks. So if there's some numbers you used to get really easily, you'll get back there really fast, probably in 2 or 3 weeks. And then you'll also find if you keep going with it, stay consistent, after those 3 or 4 weeks, keep going, and you're gonna get new numbers, and you're gonna keep pushing that strength up. So build it up slow, nice small steps for maybe 4 or 5 sets, building it up to your working weight. Your working weight should be something that you can comfortably do 5 or 6 with. Do 2 or 3 sets at 5 or 6, and then we're going to do some accessories. Today my accessory is going to be some calf raises. The way I do that, take one leg off the floor, balance myself on something, hold a weight in one hand, and then just literally lift myself up onto my calves by lifting myself onto my toes, sorry. There are some really great fancy calf machines out there. You just don't need them. They are great, but they do the exact same thing. Most calf machines are a weight that go on your shoulders, and then you just do a tiptoe movement to lift it up. You can replicate that either with a bar on your shoulders, or I like to do it with one leg, dumbbell in hand, and then just do it with one leg, and then just switch over. And you can do a good 15 or 20 of those, take a break, backwards and forwards, and then I'll probably do some stiff leg deadlift, or maybe some good mornings or something like that, just to finish it off. But the main workout is right here with the squat. So, good luck guys. I hope you've enjoyed this series we've done, this super simple system. I've got a couple of other videos I can do around this super simple system, back to basics. If you want to see more videos on this, please do drop me a message. Please subscribe and like and share. Any questions about any of this, just drop me a message below, or find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram. My podcast with my tag partner is coming back next week. You can find that, it's the Beards podcast, the Beards, Atlas and Maddog. We have that on Spotify and on iTunes. We're coming back with our 2nd season, so please check that out. And like I said before, any content you want to see me cover, please just drop me a message. Otherwise, have a great week, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Oh, 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 oh.